The seatbelt sign had just dinged off when the little boy in 12D started crying. Not the usual tired kid whine. This was the kind of raw, broken sound that makes strangers pretend they're asleep so they don't have to get involved. In 12F, the man didn't look away. He unbuckled, crouched in the aisle, and spoke so softly the engines almost swallowed it. "Hey, buddy! You're okay. Breathe with me." The boy couldn't have been more than 6. Buzz-cut hair, Spider-Man shirt 2 sizes too big, eyes the color of a storm over the Pacific. He clutched a worn-out teddy bear missing one ear. The mother, grandmother, maybe, in 12E was frantically digging through a diaper bag that clearly belonged to a much smaller child. The man in 12F reached into his own backpack and pulled out a small, laminated card. On it was a photo of an F-22 Raptor in full afterburner. He held it where the boy could see. "That's my jet," he said. "Call sign Titan 1. She's the fastest thing in the sky. And right now, she's watching over us." The boy's sobs slowed. He stared at the photo like it was the first beautiful thing he'd seen in weeks. The man's voice dropped even lower. "You ever been on a plane before, little man?" A head shake. Fresh tears. "Then this is your first mission. And Titan 1 never leaves a wingman behind." That was the first time anyone on Flight 1278 from Atlanta to Seattle heard the call sign. But it wouldn't be the last. "My name's Jake Titan Harlan, Major, United States Air Force. Until 3 months ago, I flew the F-22 out of Joint Base Langley Eustis. Led solo for the Raptor demo team. The guy who made the crowd scream when I lit the burner and pulled 9Gs straight up into the sun. Then the deployment orders came down for the rest of the squadron, but not for me. Medical grounding. Permanent. Something about an arrhythmia that decided to announce itself at 40,000 feet over the Atlantic. One irregular heartbeat, and 20 years of dreaming just ended. They gave me an honorable discharge, a folded flag, and a pat on the back. I took the only thing that still felt like home, my daughter Riley. She's 8. Freckles across her nose, like someone spilled cinnamon on cream. She still calls F-22s Daddy's dragons. She still asks if the clouds taste like cotton candy when you fly through them. Her mom, Captain Sarah Vixen Harlan, didn't come home from her last tour over Syria. The investigation said, "Friendly fire incident." I stopped reading after that. Some truths you can't survive twice. So now it's just us. Riley and me, and a duffel bag full of flight suits I'll never wear again. We're on this plane because Seattle has one of the best pediatric oncology programs in the country. Riley's been tired. Too tired. Bruises that look like someone pressed purple thumbprints into her arms. The doctors in Virginia said the words no parent is ever ready for. Leukemia. They caught it early. Good odds. But the best treatment is 3,000 miles away, and the insurance the Air Force gave me after they kicked me out doesn't cover experimental protocols. So I sold everything. The Mustang. The house. My grandfather's watch. Even the signed helmet from my first solo in the Raptor. All of it went into a fund with Riley's name on it. I kept one thing. A small black box in my carry-on. Inside, Sarah's dog tags, Riley's first ultrasound photo, and the challenge coin from the day I earned the call sign Titan. The coin has a tiny dent in it now. Riley dropped it the night we got the diagnosis. She cried harder for the coin than for herself. I told her Titans don't cry. They get up. They fly again. She asked if Daddy was still a Titan if he couldn't fly anymore. I didn't have an answer then. The boy in 12D, his name turned out to be Noah, fell asleep clutching the photo of my jet. His grandmother, Marlene, gave me the kind of tired smile that doesn't need words. She mouthed thank you. I went back to 12F. Riley was curled against the window, pretending to sleep. She's good at pretending lately. "Daddy?" she whispered without opening her eyes. "Is the little boy gonna be okay?" "Yeah, sweetheart. He's got a whole squadron looking out for him now." She smiled at that. A real one. The first in weeks. That should have been the moment the story ended. A quiet kindness on a red-eye flight. Strangers helping strangers. Roll credits. But the universe, it turns out, still had some fight left in it. About an hour west of Minneapolis, the intercom crackled. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain. We've got an unusual situation." The cabin lights flickered. A few nervous laughs. "We've been contacted by the United States Air Force. There's a squadron of F-22s out of the 302nd Fighter Squadron requesting to escort us for a portion of the flight." You could have heard a pretzel drop. The captain sounded like he didn't believe his own words. "They've asked that all window shades on the left side of the aircraft be raised. They say it's for a passenger in seat 12F. My heart stopped. Actually stopped. Then started again, harder than any G-lock I'd ever pulled. Riley sat bolt upright. "Daddy?" I couldn't speak. The flight attendant, a woman with kind eyes and a name tag that read, Maria, appeared in my row. She was crying. "Sir, they're asking for Titan 1. I stood up so fast I cracked my knee on the seat in front of me. Through the window, the sky was black velvet and starlight. And then it wasn't. 5 F-22s slid out of nowhere, afterburners glowing blue-white like fallen stars. They were in perfect fingertip formation, maybe 200 yards off our left wing. The lead jet broke formation smoothly, rolled inverted, and held it, belly up, canopy flashing in the moonlight, before rolling back wings level. It was the Universal Air Force salute, canopy for a brother. The second jet in the formation did something I'd never seen outside an air show. The pilot lit the burner, pulled straight up, and wrote a glowing blue-white T across the night sky that hung there like God himself had signed it. Riley screamed, not in fear, in absolute joy, and pressed her face to the glass. Every phone in the cabin came out. People were crying, laughing, filming. Noah was awake again, standing on his seat, pointing. Maria handed me the intercom phone with shaking hands. I took it. My voice cracked on the first word. "Titan flight, this is Titan 1. The response came instantly, clear as a bell over the guard frequency they'd patched into the cabin. "Titan 1, Titan lead. Good to hear your voice, sir. We heard you were wheels up with precious cargo. Request permission to escort you to the barn." I looked at Riley. Her eyes were saucers. "Permission granted, lead. And thank you. Copy that, sir. We'll keep the skies clear. You just focus on that little wingman of yours." The formation tightened up. The number 2 jet wagged its wings, the pilot's way of saying hello to a kid. Riley waved frantically. I swear the jet wagged back. For the next 40 minutes, those 5 Raptors flew with us like we were the president. They did a slow barrel roll around the airliner, close enough that we could see the pilots. One of them, call sign, Rogue, held up a laminated photo against his canopy. It was Riley. In her tiny flight suit from when she was 4, standing in front of my jet giving a thumbs up. I lost it. Right there in 12F. Big bad fighter pilot sobbing like a baby, while his daughter laughed and waved at the jets flying for her. The captain came on again, near the descent into Seattle. "Titan flight has to RTB. Return to base, folks. Fuel's getting low, and they're a long way from home. But they asked me to pass on a message." Silence in the cabin. They said, "Tell Titan 1 the squadron still got his 6. Always." The lead jet pulled up alongside one last time. The pilot held up a small banner inside the canopy. Handwritten letters glowing against the lights. "We fly for those who can't."